Oh, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Right On. We are in our final spot of a series here, and I just have a very small verse. It's up here in the title. It says, Cecil, new beat. So Cecil, the producer, left for California. Left for brighter days, dare I say, other than Minnesota. God. Left for longer than 2 months of summer, and he made a beat before he left, and it was called New Beat. We're gonna title it at some point, but it sounds to me, what is it? It's it almost has like an old school hip hop, like they reminisce over you or something like that. I don't know if it would be that. I'm thinking. Oh man, I'm forgetting the name, and that's gonna take too long to recall. But it's a slowish beat. But this is what I have so far, and this is like the last one. Yeah, we gotta write. We gotta sit down and write it. So, end of the day, it's any message relayed. I go 4x4. Last event in the heat wave. Two more gauges than we turn in through more stages than Broadway choreography. Your maximum effort and PR couldn't keep up with me. We're gonna go back to that. Okay, so end of the day, it's still my message relayed. I go 4x4 last event in the heat wave. Now the 4x4 is the race where the most strongest runners run. You got a cat that runs the mile, you got a cat that runs the 800, you got a cat that runs the hurdles, like myself, and they throw you in the 4x4. They need the 4 strongest runners. You gotta go, gotta do it. So those runners would all go in 4x4, even in a heat wave. So that's this voice of this person. Turning through more stages than Broadway choreography, your maximum effort and PR couldn't keep up with me. Broadway choreography, lots of stages. Your maximum effort and PR couldn't keep up with me. Personal record, that's not press. Personal record, PRs, that's what we call them in swimming and track. It just sounds so fucking, it's just so condescending, but I'm just like, I don't know if people know this. Triple threat, it would appear I'm nice, so why they going for the peace, later stating they fear for their lives. It's the usual thing that cops say after they kill somebody. They say, I feared for my life. And even if the person was like holding, a stapler. Wisdom will slay it all if you can wield it right. Got more time than you know where you stop dealing with wisdom will slay it all if you can wield it right. Got more time when you stop dealing with likes. Dealing with likes is dealing with social media. So when you stop worrying about follows and likes, you'll have more time on your hands, and that's just probably a fact of life. There's no still in the fight because it ain't an option to stay out. Uniforms come off and campaigns step down. No face needed with your attention under arrest now. Them boys get paid and something until them charges come around. You see, this is a thing with not being able to read your own handwriting. It happens. I used to work at a brewery where they would get a flight, so you order 8 different beers and you get a little bloop. And I would be like, yes, yes. Okay. And I'd turn around and I'd look at the taps and I'd be like, I'm sorry, what did you, let me write this down better. I couldn't even read my own handwriting. It's very embarrassing. And that's the end of it. Them boys get paid and something until them charges come around. But the idea is that there's no still in the fight if it's not an option to stay out. A lot of people in their endeavors and visions and goals in life, it's just part of their life. It's who they are. They live for this. It's not a paid job. Uniforms come off and campaigns step down. Campaigns will end or elected officials will step down. You can take off your uniform at the end of the day and then you're not in that role of that job anymore. But it's about what is your lived experience, not what is your career step in, step out, on the clock, off the clock. What's the difference to that to you? And then no face needed with your attention under arrest now. Them boys get paid and, them boys get proud and loud until them charges come around. Now I read it. law enforcement will get very proud and loud until the charges come around. And then it's, well, no, I fear for my life. So it's this dichotomy of going from, warrior for the people and then to ultimately, no, I'm the victim, even though they probably shot and killed somebody. And that's, I'm not saying that, like to be aggressively acute towards that. This is just, oh Lord, if you do just just kind of like a modicum of reading and then just a little bit of reading and then, you just find that this is like protocol par for the course for a lot of enforcement and state-sanctioned violence. Now, we need to talk about this bar stool that I'm sitting on. There was a bar, a venue called the Nomad. Amazing venue, had great shows. The Blend played there a lot. Trevor, rest in peace, he was the sound person for there. And they were closing down. And everybody was saying, hey, we're closing out, take something. And I saw this stool right behind the soundboard. This wasn't a bar stool, this was a soundboard stool. Look at these legs. Girl, look at that. That's makeshift. Look, they got double 4x4s on this. Hacksaw Jim Duggan probably made this right here. Piece of history. So I said, oh, take something, shall we? Okay, girl. And I took the sound man's stool. And so now it's in my apartment. And you'll never get it back. It's mine now. So, but it's a piece of Minneapolis music history, and so that's what this is. And it also, I'm sure Trevor at some point was on top of this thing. And man, Trevor just did such amazing work at that venue and in life and with music and with all the people that he helped out and supported. So that's where this stool comes from. That is the story behind it. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Right On. We hope you're enjoying your day. We'll see you in the next one.